professionals, anywhere in the world these professionals are, we will find a way to get them. Another thing we take seriously at Labrad is taking care of our clients. We don't call them patients, we call them clients. The way you call them, that's how you treat them. So when you come to Labrad, you understand. I don't know if you know anything about MRI, the one that they said that has magnets. When you enter inside and you go with anything iron, it's going to draw you. So that is the MRI. We have a 1.5 Tesla MRI. For context, where there was a 0.3 Tesla MRI and 0.5 Tesla MRI. 1 Tesla MRI is the minimum that can do functional studies. But then the Labrad management came and said, okay, let's take it higher. And they bought a 1.5, not just the 1 Tesla. 1.5 Tesla MRI is worth over $1.5 million. So this is not a small feat. People that are very big, they have a problem entering that MRI. Also, there are people that are claustrophobic. Any person can enter this MRI, even if the person is 300 kg. Maximum size 300 kg. So I've never seen somebody that is 300 kg before. One thing about it is that if it goes off for 30 minutes, their investment is gone. That $1.5 million investment is gone. It needs constant power supply. That is why a lot of people don't even venture. That's why how many government institutions do you see having this kind of investment? It uses a helium cooling system and it's always on all the time. Spectroscopy. Now, I don't want to use a lot of medical jargons, but technically what it means is most times these other machines, they can actually see a lesion. Just like Blessing C was claiming she has cancer. I don't know if it's true, but they can actually see a lesion and they will not be able to tell if this lesion is cancerous. They will not be able to tell if this lesion is an inflammation or an abscess, but they will just tell you, oh, we saw a lesion. But this 1.5 Tesla MRI will tell you exactly what is seen. It's not enough telling us, oh, we saw something that looks like, oh, cancer. No, it's not something that looks like cancer or a lesion. Just give it a general term. It is cancer. It is inflammation. It is abscess. The CT scan. Now, let me give us context. Because I mentioned the CT scan in the beginning. For context, there was only an 8-slice CT scan in Owerri. Then people started buying a 16-slice CT scan. And then we got a 32-slice CT scan. It's not easy to buy even the 8-slice or the 16-slice or the 32-slice. And then Labrad was supposed to move from 32 to 64, or probably from 32 to 128. If you saw Blessing CEO's reports, when she posted online, it was a 64-slice CT scan that she was in. You get Labrad moved from 32, which is the highest. It had the highest in Owerri, 32 to 160. That is massive progress. And this is the future. Because the way this thing happens is when people they buy this machine, just like all these iPhones, when they buy this machine, before they will upgrade. So it looks like somebody upgrading from iPhone XR straight to iPhone 17 Pro Max. So that is just the level of upgrade Labrad has. And it is the only one in the whole of Southeast. Our MRI, 1.5 MRI, was the first 1.5 MRI in this Southeast. And 160 slice is the only one in the whole of Southeast. If you don't come to Labrad, any place you're going, you are most likely getting a lower service. This 160 slice CT scan acquires image for 0.3 seconds. Let me give you context. The 32 slides that we are using before, or other people are using, or people even still use 16 slides. If they want to take an image, CT scan is like imaging. It's like taking an image of with camera. Now they ask you to stand still. You have to stand still, and they keep taking, because the machine does not take image of a large portion of places. Now you have to stand still for more than 1 minute. Imagine taking a picture here, and then they will say stand still like this, stand like a tree for 1 minute, compared to a machine that can still take that image for 0.3 seconds. What this means is, when somebody has an accident or somebody is restless, the person is sick, you bring the person to Labrad. We don't need to ask somebody that is restless to come and stand still. The person cannot stand still. The person is restless, or you bring a child that is, these small children, when you take them to this kind of machine and they start crying or those, what you just need is a second of stillness, and it takes the image, not 1 minute. The heart is always beating for a normal person 60 to 100 times. So how can you take image of the heart if you don't have a machine that fast? Because the heart is beating fast, beating fast, beating fast, and you want to take an image over 1 minute. How? It's not even possible. 160 slide CT scan, go and Google it, can take cardiac image, very pristine images at 0.3 seconds. Your images, you have taken your image. It will make the image not to be blur. Imagine taking an image of a moving train. You see that, that blurriness, yes, that's what other people's CT scan would give you. But with Labrad's machine, you are going to get very pristine images. And then you know that CT scan work with radiation, though this 160 slide CT scan, it is so reduced that the gap of reduction, it is a 10 times reduction of the radiation from a 32 slides to a 160 slide CT scan. That's why others that have 32 slides, we even pray for them to improve, because technology is always improving and we have left them behind. Now we have other machines which are the digital